Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
I'm a little strapped for cash, guys. I'm waiting on a transfer from my cousin in Alaska.
What's taking so long?
He's got all his money in a snowbank.
Ha!
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
It looks like a pink nightmare. Christmas has a Yule log. Not a log. I don't have a log. It's Father's Day.
All that I have, all that I've learned, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the Lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
Hello and welcome to Three Geeky Dads, Three Dads, Four Hosts. Screw you, math. I am still Mark.
Me, Derek.
And I'm Brian.
It begins already. And joining us, as always, is a man who could sell ice to Eskimos because he's so charming, Tito.
Hey, everybody.
Tonight, we continue our Heading Toward Halloween Hammer series as we forego the fangs and vampires and instead journey back to a time of prehistoric thrills, chills, and Raquel Welch in Hammer's 1 million years BC. Am I saying that right?
You
1
are.
million years BC.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty straightforward title. I don't know why I have trouble with that. But before we hit the Wayback Machine for a time jump to the past, we need an appetizer to hold us over because you should never time travel on an empty stomach.
It's a long trip.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can't do it. Yeah, get something in there, man.
You get some peanuts?
Yeah.
Sherman's at the Wayback Machine.
Quiet you.
Quite. Yeah.
And who better to whip up a snack, a time travel snack, rather than our own Doc Brown, rice and chicken, Brian.
Hey,
What
guys.
about breakfast?
I've already had it.
We've had one, yes. What about second breakfast?
So, as Mark said, we are going to be taking a look at 1 million years BC from Hammer Films, the dinosaur movie filled with stop-motion goodness by Ray Harryhausen. And in honor of that fact, we want to take a look at some of our other favorite stop-motion movies and or scenes that have stuck with us throughout the years. So who wants to start?
I'll start.
All right, you go.
All right. I'm going classic 80s movie, Beetlejuice.
Nice.
Obviously not full, stop motion like some other movies, but definitely has some of my favorite ever, like Harryhausen style stop motion with the transformation of the couple into the monster, the ghost that they choose,
The sandworms.
the sandworms, and just like a lot of fun parts. The snake, the Beetlejuice snake,
That's right, yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot more in it now that I look back.
Yeah.
Than I realized, and every one of them is, they're gold. So, and they don't stand out so much as, I mean, granted, maybe the sandworm, but they don't really stand out as, oh, they had to do stop motion for that. Like it's really fluid animation.
That's a sign of a good stop motion.
Yeah.
Effect.
Yep.
That it's interwoven seamlessly into the rest of the movie.
Yeah, and just the way that and Tim Burton, his style, adding that style to that type of
there's
stop
no
motion.
mistaking Tim Burton's style.
Absolutely. So that's my pick.
Nice, good
Hopefully
pick.
I didn't steal that one from anybody.
That's why you want to go first.
Yes, because I really didn't have any very good backups.
Want to go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to continue the Tim Burton gravy train, although it's technically a Henry Selick film. I'm going Nightmare Before Christmas.
Wow, nice.
I had
what I
seen
thought.
this movie after seeing Jurassic Park. And, wowed by the dinosaurs. It's hard to believe that stop motion could compete with that in any way, but it's so brilliantly done. And you talk about stop motion working well. After a while, you forget it's stop motion. You feel
Especially like a full film too.
all of that, just the
Yeah.
amount of detail, the work that had to go into that, it's monsters. It's all things I love, and so that stands out to me.
Good picks.
Thank you.
I almost went with that one. Beetlejuice, I didn't even think of. That's such a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going The Wrong Trousers. Nick Park, Wallace and Gromit. The Wrong
Oh,
Trousers.
okay.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Walls and Gromit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my favorite of all of the things he's done. And the scene specifically is when they're doing the train chase with the tracks and they're laying down track after track. While
Now
they're,
this is the one with the mechanical pants, right?
no, this is the one with the. Oh yeah, yes.
Okay,
And then
all right.
the penguin that moves in that
Yes,
wears a glove
yes,
on its head and
yes.
pretends to be a rooster.
Yeah,
But it was actually
he's a thief.
He's a cat burglar.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where
I
it
have seen
steals
this
a
one.
jewel, it steals a diamond, and they're trying to get the diamond back. And he's got this mechanical, he's got a toy train, and they are going on a high-speed train toy around the house, and they're just laying track as the train is going, one track after the next. And I just always love that.
Yeah.
And Creature Comforts I loved Creature Comforts growing up.
Is that another Wallace
Yeah,
and Gromit?
you ever see that? It's when
I don't know if I saw that
they're
one.
interviewing. They're shorts. They're interviewing animals
Yeah.
at a zoo,
Okay.
and they're just adult animals being interviewed like there were people being interviewed,
Oh, nice.
and just like their experiences at the zoo. But yeah, Wallace and Gromit, that one specifically, the Wrong Trousers. I always loved it. I always loved his style.
Is Curse of the Were-Rabbit their only full feature?
No, because
Or
they
did they
did
do another one?
Chicken Run, and
And-
they did a Shaun of the Sheep.
And the pirate movie,
No,
right?
but I
Didn't they
mean,
do that
at
Pirates
like
that-
Pirates. The
the one with Hugh Jackman was
yeah,
the voice.
That one's fun.
I like that one.
Oh, I didn't see
I
that.
Yeah.
mean though, like just Wallace and Gromit as the
Oh, Curse of the
stars.
Were-Rabbit is a Wallace and Gromit film.
Yeah,
but
but
is
is
that
that
their
the
only
only
full-length
one?
Oh,
The
well,
rest of them are
there's the one where they go
shorts? Yeah.
to Mars. I don't think
Yeah,
it's that. That might be like
was
a
it
half
Mars or the
hour.
moon?
They go to the moon. I'm
To
sorry.
the
yeah,
moon
to
because
eat
they're obsessed
cheese.
with cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be like a half hour.
The pirate one. Was
Yeah, I
Mm.
just always loved the style, and I remember seeing a making of it, how he did it, and I just was amazed growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Are they the same scale as the Nightmare on Elm Street? I mean,
Yeah, I
Nightmare
believe
on
so.
Elm Street,
Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I always thought like watching those, and even watching like Robot Chicken, I always thought like they were small. They were like on Robot Chicken, they use action figures a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
And I always thought it was like, okay, they must use the same size.
right,
The little
right,
But
three
they,
inch
right.
action
yeah, but they
figures.
like recreate them
They're
bigger.
much bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's easier to manipulate.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's mine.
Cool.
I'm big. I'm easy to manipulate. The big ER. It's easy to bend me, shape me. Anyway, yeah.
Nice. So I'm gonna go. You all set, Tito?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with 1981's Clash of the Titans, another Ray Harryhausen movie.
Yep.
I loved this one when I was a kid.
With the owl, right?
This is the one with Bubo, yeah. But it had so many other better
Yeah.
monsters and creatures in that one. You had Caliban, the half demon, half goat looking
Yeah.
scaly guy that was cursed. You had the Kraken.
The Kraken.
You had the Pegasus, the winged horse was all totally animated. It was just a great movie. I had to do with a lot of the Greek gods. It was just an awesome cast. You had Laurence Olivier, Harry Hamlin, Claire Bloom, Ursula Andress, Mickey
Burgess
from
Meredith
Rocky.
is in
Yeah,
it?
Burgess
Oh,
Meredith.
Maggie Smith.
Maggie
Smith.
is Hera.
Oh, great,
Yeah.
great cast of characters as the Greek gods, and just the effects were just awesome. Blew me away as a kid.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this when I was in middle school, and I loved it ever since.
This was my my runner up, and I was like, I feel like somebody's gonna pick this, but I love this movie.
I had a feeling you were gonna go classic.
love this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the Harryhausen movies
Yeah.
growing up because I remember seeing like a lot of the other ones on TV, but never all the way through.
Yeah.
So I'd see like bits and pieces of Jason and the Argonauts. I'd see bits and pieces of like the Golden Fleece and some of the Sinbad movies, like the Eye of the Tiger and the whatever the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. Those were all Harryhausen movies, and those were all great.
The Genie
Great-
movie, Kazam.
The one with Sinbad.
Sinbad, yeah. Wait a minute.
Sinbad.
We all having
Even
the
there's a
Mandela
Cerberus
effect.
in this too. That's
Yeah.
stop motion. The dog
Yes,
with the,
yes,
the multiple
there
heads.
is.
That's a great
Yep.
scene when they're
Yeah.
fighting
Yeah.
the dogs. Yeah, and Medusa, you said she looks.
Yeah, and they had the big
fantastic.
scorpions. They were fighting
Oh,
the
they
big
fight the
scorpions,
giant
in the
scorpions.
swamp.
Yeah.
So many great creatures in that movie, and it's just a great story. I love it. I could watch it forever and ever, and I still think it's a lot better than the remakes that they did. The ones with Liam Neeson.
Oh yeah,
as
I would
Zeus.
much rather watch the original.
Yeah,
Same.
absolutely.
Wrath of the Gods and
You know how I
Yes.
feel about that.
Yeah, Wrath of the Titans.
Yeah,
Wrath of the
yeah,
Titans.
Trailer
You're not a
is-
fan.
Well,
Clash of the
right?
Titans.
it was such a disappointment because the trailer looked awesome.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
And the music
yeah.
and I was like pumped to see that movie, and then when it came out, I was like,
good cast too.
Yeah.
I like Ray Fiennes as
yeah,
Hades.
yeah. The
Yeah.
cast was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's a
was
good
good as
cast.
Hades.
He
Liam
was.
Neeson was good as Zeus, and Alexa Davalos. I love her. I'll watch her in anything.
So was it just the CGI that was shitty, or was it just?
It was
the-
just
it
the
was just
story.
The movie itself, it was the trailer for it. It like just seemed like a really action packed, and it was like got my heart pumping. I was like, yeah, this looks awesome. And I'm a big mythology guy. I love Greek mythology. Yeah, so I was really looking forward to it. Here. And it was just a little bit of a letdown. And that dude that played
Perseus, the one from Avatar.
Sam Worthington.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
I don't find him that great.
No,
Sam
that's why you don't
Worthington
see him in
is-
anything
yeah,
anymore.
Yeah.
You know, they thought he was going to be the next big thing after
you had
Avatar, and they
said
tried
that,
to
you're
turn him
like-
into a star, and it didn't happen.
He was in that Terminator movie that flopped too.
That's right,
Salvation.
yeah.
The
Salvation.
fourth one. The
That's
fourth
right.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a bummer too.
Yeah. Was that the one where Christian Bale was yelling at people behind the scenes?
That's the one.
Yeah. Oh, good
the
for
one.
you.
A movie that made me hate Christian Bale right there. I had a runner up, but it was a scene, and it was the mob of gremlins running toward the camera in Gremlins.
Oh,
because
the first one or the second one?
The first one. The first one has this scene. It's just this empty road, and there are these. It's adorable terror, is what it is. It's cute horror, and they look silly, but man, it's still fun to watch. It's still amazing too, because it looks a little dated, but to think of how they just had to move all those parts of all those gremlins, and there's about 50 of them or something.
Oh yeah,
so impressive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Coraline's a good one too.
Yeah.
Coraline's a good
Coraline's
one.
really good.
My daughter likes Coraline. Yep.
Yeah.
I had a runner up.
What was that?
Empire Strikes Back. People forget that
my
a lot of the Hoth
gosh.
scenes,
Yeah,
all the
that's right.
AT-ATs and Tauntauns are all stop motion, all done by Phil Tippett.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
And don't forget the
Trying to think of
Rancor.
some others.
The Rancor
right.
in the next movie, Return of the Jedi. That was
stop
ended up
motion.
being stop motion.
Too bad the Ewoks weren't stop motion.
I know.
Too bad the Ewoks were there.
Oh, they're so cuddly.
I don't like cutaway things.
What was that movie we watched with them in it? What was the movie that we watched? That terrible movie that we watched?
Oh,
the
Caravan
Ewok
of Courage.
Caravan of Courage.
Oh yeah,
We needed the Ewoks to get Caravan of Courage.
yeah. We needed those.
That
Ewoks.
episode may never have happened
That's right.
without the Ewoks. Yeah.
That's true. That was one of our best episodes.
Hour and 20 minutes we'll never get back. Right?
You
Thanks.
loved it though.
I loved
Wait
it.
a second.
Oh my God, it
Hold
was
on.
so much fun.
You were on
So
board
much
the
fun.
Ewok train.
I was. I still am.
Well, this segue. How many minutes was this movie, Tito, that you'll never get back?
Fucking a million BC, probably. I don't know. 1 billion BC minutes. I don't know what that translated to modern time, but oh boy.
Good segue. Good segue. Sounds like a delicious main course.
Sounds like an
Shall we get
eon.
into it?
Let's dive in.
All right. Okay.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
So yeah, as we said, so before CGI and even before animatronic, stop motion was the way audiences could see creatures come to life, be it monsters of myth or beasts long gone from the world. It's a form of art that seems to pop up again from time to time, despite being overshadowed by computer graphics and more state-of-the-art effects. I wrote a bunch of stuff here that I don't want to do so yeah, bottom line, stop motion still has its place even today. You have Phil Tippett's new movie that came out. I still haven't
That's
seen.
on Shudder.
Yep, Mad God and
Yes, Mad God.
and we talked about
It looks
Nightmare
awesome.
Before Christmas
I haven't seen it yet either.
And Coraline, it still has its place as an art. And Hammer is no exception. Starring Raquel Welch and John Richardson, 1 million years BC, is filled with giant monsters, primitive tribes, and is one of Hammer's few departures from the gothic horror image genre fans have come to associate with the studio. Yet, despite its lack of vampires, castles, and undead creatures, 1 million years BC is still glowing with vibrant colors, or at least the plants are, larger-than-life monsters, and even more larger-than-life breasts. So, Dr. Grant, my dear Dr. Sadler, welcome to Hammer Park.
Transylvania, land of dark forests, dread mountains, and black, unfathomed lakes.
Isn't the thing that's dead supposed to be dead for all time? Yet we brought it back to life.
Gentlemen, no ordinary wolf who has done this thing.
What are you afraid of?
That's right. This is a laugh out loud episode tonight because we got a lot to say about this movie. So like the other films, this one was introduced to us by Brian. He had seen it
And I'm apologizing to Tito right now.
None of us have. And we had watched it before recording, so we are fresh with material for you folks. So let's get right into it. Brian, why don't you start since you brought this into the mix?
This is your fault.
This was my mess. You deal with it.
I just say
I liked it. I was a fan of this movie as a kid. The parts that I had seen, this is another one that I've only seen bits and pieces of until I got the Blu-ray about 5 years ago when I was putting together my Hammer collection, and I realized that this was a Hammer movie, and I was blown away because I had no idea that the little horror studio had created this iconic movie that is not only known, for being the movie that kicked off Raquel Welch's career, but is also known for playing a big role in the movie The Shawshank Redemption, because the poster plays a big part in that movie as well.
Jeez, I completely forgot that.
So, I mean, it's iconic.
It's the one from this.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
And I like it because I've always, as a kid, loved dinosaurs and stuff, and even the stop motion. Some of it can be hokey and some of it can be great. And this movie has a little bit of both. And I just like it for what it is. I do. It's a simple, very, very simple story. But sue me, I like it.
Sue me, I like it. You'll be hearing from my lawyers, Brian.
Who's up next? Tito?
Yeah, I'll go. Shame on me for thinking this movie would have dialogue. Shame on me.
Shame on you, Tito.
I was not expecting that. And based on when you initially said it, was like, oh, the Raquel Welch movie. And I'm thinking, the poster from Shawshank Redemption. I would see that movie. I was very curious to see this film.
But now Tito's never coming back.
Yeah, it was...
There's like, Dufresne, you're an idiot.
It was a tough watch, man. It was a tough watch for me. But the stop motion is really, really good in this. And kind of seamless in a lot of parts where they're throwing the spears and hitting the dinosaurs. I thought it was really, really cool. And it almost seems like, and we watched the international cut.
We did. It was a bit longer.
So a lot of those stop motion scenes seemed to go on for a while. And it felt like a love letter to Ray Harryhausen. Essentially, like that was the most impressive thing about the film, I thought.
Yeah.
Outside of Raquel Welch's teeth.
Teeth?
Yeah, her teeth.
I didn't even notice she had
phenomenal. No, they were so white and amazing.
Perfect.
Just like the rest of her. But yeah, it's not my favorite horror Hammer film that I've seen for sure. It's probably at the bottom. Who wants to go next? Who wants to fucking?
Yeah, I'll go.
Go.
It was all right. So, I mean, it's an iconic image with her, and I always like. So everybody knows it, but I never realized what movie it was from.
Doe-skin bikini.
Yeah. It's like it's one of those like Ursula Andress the Dr. No bikini. Like it's an old-timey image that you know.
They probably came out in the same year too.
Right, exactly. I wanted to like it. I did like it in parts. I think Tito's correct as far as like the Harryhausen stuff is great. And that's definitely like something that you can sit and enjoy and watch it just for that even. The no dialogue thing didn't bother me. I just kind of wish that they had gone all in with like make them dirty these guys up, and instead they're they've got curly, naturally coiffed hair and, and all those blondes are buxom and scantily clad, and there's lots of old people who
and the women weren't bad either.
But it was funny because it felt like a documentary, especially at the beginning, because there's a narration.
There is, there's a voiceover,
and then it lent itself a lot to some Monty Python
a little bit
era esque spoofing.
Yeah, which we did.
We did plenty of.
Yeah.
And that was the fun part. We did riff on it a little bit, and that was fun. If I sat by myself and tried to watch this, I don't think I'd be able to make it through.
Yeah. Get Mark and me into a room with any movie.
Right, exactly.
It could be Citizen Kane, and we're still going to riff on it.
Yeah, exactly. But overall, I mean, it was all right. I would watch it again if I was requested to for a class or.
Don't look at me. It's not coming from me, buddy.
And I don't know. I gotta say, Raquel Welch wasn't even the most attractive one in this. I think.
You don't think so?
I think the brunette was cuter.
Martine Beswick.
Yeah, yeah. And even the other blonde was.
Yeah, but
wasn't
did you
too
see
bad,
her
the
teeth?
British blonde. They are British after all.
That's what it all comes down to.
What about you, Mike?
It's a good background movie. Like if I was doing something else, just doing stuff around the house, and I had it on for the background, I would. That's fine. I'd stop and let it play on because the Harryhausen scenes are awesome. The movie itself, it's just okay. It's not one. It's a departure from Hammer, and but I think if I had seen this as a kid, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. And I would have grown up with an admiration for it and a better appreciation for it because, again, the effects are great, which is why they stayed on them for so long. I understand why they did. But, and like Tito, it didn't dawn on me no one would have dialogue in this movie either. I wasn't expecting like a Quentin Tarantino film, but like I wasn't expecting Raquel Welch and what's-his-face to talk about like hamburgers.
Well, they really can't quote the Bible because it was BC.
Yeah. They're really they're going for it in this one, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it felt a lot like watching the Wookiee scene in the Star Wars Holiday Special. There's a lot of grunting, especially in the beginning. Like Derek said, did have that documentary feel, and that's all I could think of was the Wookiees and all the grunting that was going on with Grandpa Lumpy.
History of the world.
Yeah. Also, like I said, if it was on or if I was channel surfing or whatever, and there was nothing else. Yeah, I'd have it on and probably take a nap to it or something. I don't know. But
I will say too,
but watching it with you guys made it more enjoyable. So if you did say, hey, I'm in the mood for old school prehistoric stuff. As long as we can make fun of it. Yeah, absolutely.
There was a couple of beers by my side.
There was a couple of beers.
Lots of
good
riffing.
friends. Like.
I will say, though, it didn't, granted, obviously it wasn't horror and there wasn't, it was missing the castles and the vampires and all that stuff. So it didn't really feel like a Hammer film that way. But I did appreciate the actors. Because, granted, I didn't really recognize any other than Raquel Welch. And, but, they went all in. They played the parts and they were believable as...
The brunette that you like, Derek, Martine Beswick, she shows up again in another Hammer film, Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde.
Okay.
Where she plays the female, what's the guy that was in the Frankenstein movie?
Bates?
Ralph Bates. Yes, yeah. Ralph Bates turns into her.
Okay.
And he tries to pass her off as his sister, but it's not.
Nice.
It's a good movie. It's goofy fun. Yeah, we'll get into that one eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that one.
So, that part of it was, it was a little drawn out in parts, but at least
a lot of walking.
Yeah.
A lot of walking.
Walking, climbing, jumping around, wrestling.
Well, and they climbed places where they didn't really need to climb.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when they go into the cave, there was no point of them going into that cave with the little,
that one troglodyte guy.
Yeah, because they go in one hole, and you see the hole that they go in, and then they climb up that tree thing, and they end up in a hole that's right next to the entrance hole. So it's like, why wouldn't you just walk around that cave? You didn't have to go in there.
No, they're not very smart. They're primitive. They're just they're going by instinct.
Look
how they threw those
They were looking
spears.
to get out of the sun.
I think he was backtracking, right? He was backtracking because that's how he got to the cave.
Yeah.
He fell in it,
Yeah.
so that's the only way he knew how to get out was to put himself in mortal danger.
He's got
the only way he
He's
knew.
got a backtrack mind.
He's like, I only know one way out of here, and it's.
Well,
through
they
those
do a lot of
guys.
walking, but it's kind of like in real time because then you find out that the two tribes lived pretty close to each other.
around the corner.
Yeah, they took the long way, but a straight line would have saved them hours.
And then it turns out it's like Gotham City and Metropolis.
Yeah.
It's Zack
Right
Snyder
across the bay.
It's like, hey, look, I can see it
They
from
were
here.
right next door the whole time.
I'm trying to find it, but I don't see it. Do you know how many movies he did with them?
Who?
Ray Harryhausen? How many Hammer films he may have?
Did he only do these
I
ones?
think he only did that one.
Oh, really?
Oh,
okay.
Well, you said they did two more prehistoric ones,
They did one called Slave Girls, and that one had an alternate title too, and that one also had Martine Beswick in it.
There you go.
But I don't know if that one had dinosaurs in it. That might have just focused on the cavemen itself. But then they had another one called When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth. And that was done by another guy who did a really, really good job. And I can't remember who did the stop motion for that movie, but I think it actually won an
But
award.
this was the only one that
Harryhausen himself did for them.
I'd see those. I'd like to see the other ones, see where they go. It's always interesting when Hammer goes into a different direction.
Yeah.
You know, it's not often, but when they do, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's interesting. Nonetheless.
Yeah. What else have they done that wasn't really horror?
Like I mentioned, that has Ursula Andress in it. That was kind of like an Indiana Jones-ish kind of action-y kind of Lost Civilization kind of movie.
Okay.
That one starred Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee were both in that one with Ursula Andress.
They started with sci-fi though, didn't they? When they were
They did.
black
Yeah,
and white,
the
what's
Quatermass.
Quatermass movies, right?
Yeah, and then they branched off into the horror stuff. Yeah, in the late 50s. Another good one by them is The Abominable Snowman with Peter Cushing and Forrest Tucker.
Yeah, I like that.
Really good one.
That'd be a good one to do.
Yeah.
as well. I think throwing a departure film in every one of these series is kind of cool. We should keep doing.
Yeah, that's a cool monster. That's still a horror movie though.
Yeah, true.
It's still it's a cool monster movie. It's not like,
but it's a different
Dracula.
one. It's not another Dracula. It's
not
not
another
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
It's
I mean,
like
this had
the
kind of
reptile, you know.
Scary moments.
Oh yeah,
You know, there was some dinosaurs eating people, and
Oh, the pterodactyl scene is great.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking of actually when you had the two pterodactyls both fighting over who's going to eat Raquel Welch, right, over the ocean, and then they drop her into the water. I half expected something to come up and try to eat her from the ocean, and then I realized, oh wait, that's from Jurassic World. When the pterodactyls attack and they get the bitchy lady who's watching the two kids, that same scene
and the
happens.
Mosasaurus, or whatever, however you pronounce it.
Mosasaurus? Jason
big
Momoa?
crocodile, right?
Jason
Big-ass
Momoa-saurus, yeah.
Aquaman.
Aquasaurus, big ass Dinosaurs.
Yep.
But it comes up, but right before that, it's the exact same thing. Two pterodactyls trying to eat a woman drops. This time, I wonder if that was.
It's funny,
an homage,
there was a few things in
or if
this
I'm
that I
reading
definitely feel like
way too
other
into
people
it.
took from.
Yeah.
Like they got their idea from this.
Probably.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's
I'm
such
sure.
an iconic movie.
Yeah.
Especially the Jurassic Park stuff. Like there's quite a few things in here that I might have just had dinosaurs in the brain, so and I always revert to Jurassic Park. But like when they collapsed that little shed, we called it the masturbation shed.
Yeah.
But like they're underneath. But they were like the way that they were like underneath the palm thing.
That was like the lawyer.
It looked like
the
lawyer.
Malcolm that's under there. Yeah.
Collapses.
When you gotta go,
They find Malcolm underneath the.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair.
Well, to be fair.
Oh, don't say to be fair. I hate when people say to be fair. It sounds like to be fair.
To be fair. Well, to be fair.
Old school dinosaur movies are all kind of this way. They're great monsters, but the rest of the movie is not always that great. So in that retrospect, this one's good. I mean, I can see how this movie would inspire, somebody to write Jurassic Park or just really get into dinosaurs in general. It's good enough to have that effect.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think because a lot of the stuff back then, wasn't anything to write home about outside the stop motion.
I like that they still even though they have this great stop motion, they'll still superimpose an iguana in there.
That was cool.
Or a giant spider or whatever.
Yeah. The iguana thing is the first thing you see, and I was like, wow, that's it matches up really well. And it was a very cool effect used for it.
Yeah.
And then they bring the stop motion.
I read that Harryhausen did that because he wanted to ease people in to the stop motion stuff by introducing them.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Even honestly, I thought the turtle was real at first.
I did too. Until
see
Mark
more of
spoiled it and said that those back legs weren't working.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh,
That was
you?
the man.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Which I didn't care about until they finally showed it.
And then that's
Until
all
you
you
could
could
see them,
fixate on was the back feet don't move.
And until you saw them, you're like, oh, they're not.
They cheap down on the back
They
feet.
really don't move.
The Liefeld turtle. Hide the back feet behind the rocks.
Put some pouches on it. More pouches.
It's a turtle pool.
Turtle pool. Now, you said this was a remake, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1940s, and it was called 1 million BC.
Right.
And that had Lon Chaney Jr. in it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that one.
I have.
You have?
I have.
All right.
A long time ago, though. I couldn't tell you anything
So
about it.
what
But
did
what
they
I
do
can
for
tell you
effects in that one?
is a scene of it shows up in Gremlins 2. when they're
Really?
attacking the cable station and they're watching a movie on TV, and it's the scene where there's a cop shooting at this. It looks like a giant Gila monster or something like that, and it just eats the cop, and the gremlins are all cheering. I believe that's the movie.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
You could be.
It's happened.
If there was a cop in it?
There was a cop. There was
probably
a
not 1
policeman.
million BC then.
A policeman. Yeah, but I don't think it took place in... I think the title was called 1 million BC, but I think it was because the creature was from 1 million years ago.
All right.
I could be wrong.
Or the cop got thrown back in time.
That actually... You know what? Actually, I might...
That would be a better movie.
Honestly...
Well, this looks very similar. It's got like an alligator with some shit glued on its back.
Okay, nope. I am all right. Never mind. 100% wrong.
Okay.
I have wasted 10 minutes of everybody's time. I apologize.
This guy, that's a throwback.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's
I
got
think that's Lon Chaney Jr. right
got
there.
like the lizard thing.
No, yeah, nope. I'm way off.
Nice.
That looks good. Lon Chaney Jr. All right.
We'll have to find this
The
one.
doughy caveman.
Doughy
The
caveman.
doughy caveman.
The doughy Tumac.
On changing Carol Landis.
It's like if
Victor
Wallace and Gromit
Mature.
were cavemen.
Carol Landis, is that John's mom?
Maybe.
I don't know. She ever kill anyone?
It runs in the family, Tito. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, God.
Listen,
that hurt. Yeah.
I didn't know that until you guys told me about it. You're the one to blame for this.
And now Tito's running with it.
I opened up the door to that one.
Jim Danforth. James Danforth was the one who did the effects in the Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Nice.
In the sequel. And then he actually worked on Clash of the Titans.
Oh,
he
cool.
did the Pegasus. He did
Really?
all the animation for the
Nice.
Pegasus.
So he must have been like
He must have been an understudy or
yeah,
something.
protege.
yeah, worked for him in the workshop.
Right.
What
Do
else?
you want to do a
We
rundown
could-
of the
we might as well,
basic plot
let's
of this
give
thing?
a rundown. Yeah. So it starts out. Help me out here. But it starts out like a
Rock
documentary.
Tribe, and these guys all dress in black furs.
Yeah.
And there's
got
the
dark
leader,
hair.
which I don't remember his name, but you called him the primitive Bob Hoskins.
Well, he started
as Bob Hoskins.
This
He
actor
evolved.
looked like several different actors
Gene Hackman.
throughout the
Like I said, he was
movie.
evolving during the movie.
And he was. It was Bob Hoskins 1 minute. Derek said Gene Hackman.
Yep.
That's right, yeah.
From Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
Then he started looking like Brian Cox, and then he ended up looking like Walter Matthau before all the rocks fell on him.
Akaba?
Akaba.
I think that's Bobby Brown. That's Bobby Brown.
That's
Oh,
Bobby
wow.
Brown.
Bobby
Oh,
Brown.
He looks different when he's not singing.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie. But yeah, so it's basically a lot of scenes of just them grunting, picking up sticks.
And he's the leader,
fighting.
He's the leader of the tribe, and he's got two sons that hate each other.
Right.
Yeah. They established the two brothers, where the younger one, who has the perfectly curly hair, versus the other guy that kind of looks like Norman Reedus from Walking
Or
Dead.
Billy Ray Cyrus,
Right, yeah.
depending on the scene.
And
Flowers.
And he's he's the older brother, but the younger brother is the one that jumps in the pit and kills the boar, and earns the respect
of Dad.
And it's cool because it does story wise. I mean, it does.
It's all done visually,
yeah.
Because there's no way to
they show that he gets to take the father jumps in. Rips the boar tusk out of the boar after his son's killed it.
Which
and
everybody fights for throughout this whole film.
Well, but that's the thing. So it's because it's a symbol. It's like the symbolism, the symbology. This particular clan is, and that's what the other ones didn't understand. This was that when you kill something, you're asserting dominance. And you're showing that you're tough. You took down this boar, so he earned that tusk, and so that's why it was his, and shows
Sparked
the
his jealousy, too.
dominance. That's why later on when he gets when he kills the dinosaur with the spear, he wants the spear, and the other guy doesn't understand. It's like, no, this is my spear. I built it. I made this spear.
Yeah,
you can't have it, and he gets all pissy because no, I killed it, so I get to keep this. And which is really I liked that. I like that a lot. How they demonstrated the differences between the two tribes,
the different dynamics that the tribes had,
and what
as far as their customs go,
their customs and what they held to be important versus all that stuff. So,
do you think this would have benefited from an Earl? What's his face? I'm blanking on his name. From Earl. Oh God.
Oh,
the silver and gold guy from Rudolph.
Burl Ives.
Burl Ives.
Not Earl.
I'm like
Burl.
Earl Bibes. Do you think this would have benefited from him?
I would have liked to have seen Dean do it in his Dracula voice. And then the caveman rose up and hit the other one on the head.
Well, that's the thing, because like at first, when it has that narration in the beginning, it does. It feels like a documentary.
Yeah, but it would almost kind of be cool if they played it out.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like if they had kept that going and they treated this movie like a prehistoric documentary, I would have dug that.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't dig it. I mean, it was all right, but I just it was weird that they only had that narration in the very beginning, and then they kind of give up on it, and
right.
And not everything comes across pretty plainly. You have to kind of figure things out.
It would have helped. It would have helped the pace of the movie, though, if you had something else to fall back on,
right?
Or your, audio wise, other than just.
I heard the U.S. cut has a big long narration throughout by Harrison Ford.
There's also the Renegade cut when they're all from Planet Zeist.
Oh.
It was Planet Zeist all along, or Geist.
Geist. I think it was Geist.
Geist.
Yeah.
Oh, that's much less ridiculous.
And then the Rogue cut where Anna Paquin shows up.
Yeah.
10
For a
extra
minute.
minutes.
Yeah.
10 extra minutes, baby.
Yeah.
In the Renegade cut, the dinosaurs are immortal until another dinosaur shows up from the planet.
They start growing old and then they get young again.
Director's cut where Tumak is working at Quick Stop and he gets shot at the end of the movie.
He gets speared.
Be not supposed to be here today. Yeah. So we know that this tribe is just full of angry men and they're kids fighting over toys. Is basically what it is. And, so
it's
eventually,
a very belligerent tribe.
Yeah, Tumak gets banished, right? Or they kick
kick
him
him
out.
out.
You go off on your own.
The dad kicks him out.
He doesn't get banished. They think that he's dead.
Yeah, but the dad kicks him out
about the
off
food.
the cliff.
Well, yeah, but not like kicks. No, he kicks him
kind
out
of
literally.
banishing.
Yeah.
That's a little different from being banished, like getting kicked off a cliff.
Well, because they fight.
I would take it as banishing if somebody threw me off a cliff.
They fight over the
want
meat.
me back.
Everybody goes in for all the meat from the war.
Yeah,
and the kid, like the leader, the father, wants more, so he takes it from his son, and his son gets pissed
because he killed it,
and he decides to challenge him for the dominance and gets
it doesn't work in his favor.
No.
He kicks him.
I think
the hell out of my house, you dickhead.
But I think they all think he's dead.
Yeah.
They think
Again, Burl Ives. Believing Tumak to be dead. That's not Burl Ives at all, but they go back to fighting over what's left of the pig.
Oh, Tumak found the Winter Warlock.
But don't worry, children.
It's okay. Here's a turtle.
His
So then he
spear's not
wakes
made
up.
from silver.
So he
and
wakes up
gold.
and he comes across a neighboring tribe. Neighboring because they're literally
Well, he goes on a
next door
voyage
to him.
first.
Well, he goes on a voyage. He goes around. He
Very
sees a
long
giant spider.
Yep.
And does nothing. Like they never do anything with the spider again. He's just
That's
there.
right.
It was
Yeah, I
like
forgot
dry
about
humping
that.
a
Munching.
cricket.
Yeah, he's just
Dry humping a cricket.
And he goes into the Cave of Wonders.
Yeah. And he sees.
Traveled through the 7 levels of the candy cane forest, past the sea of twirly, swirly gumdrops. Then,
In the shadows, he sees Itchy from Star Wars.
Yeah, well, we got Wookiees.
That's right.
But just one.
Yeah.
And then later on, when they come back,
Lumpy
there's-
was still strapped to the porn machine.
So he
that's
leaves
disgusting.
there. And then, does he see anything else on the way?
Yeah, the iguana
Rocks.
that tries to swallow him whole.
And then that's when the
that's right.
iguana scene kicks in. Yeah. Which is a good scene. Things sliding along.
And next thing you know, he's on, Gilligan's Island.
God, he's on Paradise
Do
Island.
they fight the turtle?
Jesus.
Does his tribe fight the turtle, or the Raquel Welch's tribe?
Raquel Welch's
tribe.
tribe.
Fight the turtle. Oh, when they first meet him.
Yeah, because first you see all the girls, and it's all
Yeah.
these buxom, beautiful blondes,
And they're staring at him like they had never seen.
ooh, dark hair.
Yeah.
I wonder if the carpet matches the drapes.
I talk just like Bane. I talk just like that.
That's the downfall of these
That's
women.
when they were like, no dialogue,
Yeah.
none whatsoever.
They all spoke like
If you can't say it right, don't say it at all.
I was told there'd be dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I must assert my dominance in the tribe. I will throw this rock.
I got a rock. No, yeah, they do attempt to fight the turtle. It's an
turtle
adorable
shows
sea
up-
turtle, which is a very. There's a couple of animals in here that are very harmless to humans.
Yeah.
And so
I don't know.
It's
This
kinda
looked like a
funny.
snapping turtle. This
Yeah.
It had
the beak was sharp.
Yeah, but it had the. Did it
flippers.
not have the flippers?
It had the
It
flippers.
definitely had the
Snapping
flippers.
turtles.
But it's also like
It's big.
I don't know.
It's not going to
turtles.
move slow like a small turtle. It's,
No, it isn't. But it
it's
was
gonna
just
cover a
trying
lot
to get
more.
to the ocean. But they fail at fighting it. They're throwing
Yeah.
spears at the shell, and
shell,
it's bouncing off of them. And this turtle's like, I just want to get to the ocean.
Yeah.
And he does. Like, he's not.
Once he gets to the ocean, he's done.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't try to eat any of them.
No.
He's just he's flinging them off his head. Like, get off me, jerks. Just I need to go lay my eggs and live for another 500 years. That's all I want to do. And he does.
Yep.
So just let the poor thing go. I felt kind of bad for this turtle.
Yeah.
He wasn't starting shit.
No.
He was a victim of circumstance.
Hey, don't start no
Yeah.
shit. There won't be no shit.
No,
right?
that's right.
That's that
True.
turtle's
That's
motto.
true. That's true. You're just trying to lay some fucking
you just
6
wanted
foot
to-
eggs.
Just
on the
wanted to lay
beach.
some eggs. Adorable
I guess-
giant sea turtles.
I guess I can't lay my eggs here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wouldn't want to lay them here anyway.
someplace
Fuck
else.
this neighborhood.
these assholes with the jerks with the blondies.
Goddamn
Blondie
South
McGondie.
Side.
A couple of Goldilocks. Yeah.
That's an interesting dynamic. It's just like, is it the sun? We're just assuming that the sun has bleached their hair because they're not afraid
Maybe, yeah, 'cause
to
they're
be
not
out
in
in
the
the
cave.
world and
Yeah.
those other cave dwellers.
That's
It's
kinda how I
Spend a
can
little too
dumb
much
as
time
rocks.
inside.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Nice and tan.
nice.
Yeah, they wear a lot
golden
less
skin.
clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And,
they're by
Oh,
the
they
beach.
they do. Again, it's
They're by the
it's
beach.
Paradise Island until they talk, and then it's Bane.
Or every time they swim.
They swim.
Yeah.
Something comes along.
Yep. Tries to eat them.
Right. Yeah. So we do have the turtle scene, and Tumac meets what's her name?
Loana?
Rowana.
Rowana.
We call her LaFwanda. and that's terrible.
Loana.
Hotel Rwanda.
Loana.
Yeah. Hotel Rwanda.
Loana.
Yo mama.
Loana.
That's what?
It's like Moana with an L.
All right.
So it's
Loana.
not. It's not Joanna.
No,
It's not Joanna, man.
No,
No.
it's not Joanna. Man.
So Loana meets Tumac, and romance ensues right away. They're fascinated with one another, and they should be because Raquel Welch is lovely.
Because
and
they're very attractive
yeah,
cave people.
Tumac has the greatest looking eyes.
Yes.
He has beautiful blue eyes.
Yep.
They'll melt your heart.
That's
will.
right.
Yeah. And
I don't think that's his
and-
real
and-
father. I think she was.
and Barry
stepping
Gibbs'
out.
hair.
Probably.
She was stepping
And
out
Barry
on
Gibbs'
Dad.
hair.
Barry Gibbs' hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Gib for sure.
He's a
Yeah.
Gib. He was the first Gib.
I started a joke.
He was the original Gib.
He was
Yeah, it
the
all came from
original
there.
Gib.
The first Gib.
They all evolved from there.
Coming to
So,
theaters soon.
If you don't like the Bee Gees, blame it on Tumac.
Tumac Gibb.
So what do? They hang around for a while.
And he learns the ways of their tribe.
That's right, which is how
Slowly
not
but
to
surely,
throw a
yeah.
spear and
But how to
not
make
to
a spear,
fight.
because they didn't
And
have
how-
spears.
yeah.
Yeah.
They threw rocks.
Yeah.
They threw rocks.
But learns how to make the spears, learns how to make kids laugh, get laughed at him.
That's right.
He
Mhm.
learns
Yeah.
how to fish.
Well, yeah, he's trying to fish.
Yeah,
They're all
learns how to
laughing at him, but he does catch the fish. So what the hell are they laughing at? He did not fail.
No, they were laughing because he fell over.
He did
fell
it
in
very
the water
goofily.
Yeah.
and accidentally caught a fish.
Bunch of snobs.
It's hilarious.
Blonde-haired, blue-eyed pricks. That's what they were.
Yeah.
Snobs.
It's the beautiful people, man. It's the
Beautiful people, nothing. They can't fend off against a turtle. What are they going to do if there's a real threat coming at them?
They're the jocks making fun
Well,
of the nerd.
They are.
Well, I'll
That's
tell you what they'll do is they'll die, because that's what happens in that scene. As they're swimming, a dinosaur comes.
A dinosaur does come.
A raptor-looking thing.
It's it's technically it's an Allosaurus.
Oh, an Allosaurus.
That's what it was.
Are you sure?
I'm good.
I thought it was a Metasaurus.
It's a Vegisaurus. Lex, not Rex. You're not Rex. Whatever.
What do you call a blind dinosaur?
It's one of the guys.
That's probably a
Do you think Saurus? What do you call a blind dinosaur's dog?
Do you think he saw us Rex?
Do you think he saw us Lex?
Rex.
Oh, Rex. I know.
Lex.
I know.
okay.
I know.
That would have been
Cool
a good
your
dad
jets.
joke to start this off.
No, it's already been done.
It's been done.
To death.
So a dinosaur comes and kills and eats a few people, goes up after a little girl stuck on the tree who just does nothing
incessantly
but
whines, does not run for help or
No.
safety.
But she's not screaming in
And
terror.
nobody runs to help her either.
No, well,
it goes both ways.
Because she's not screaming in terror. She's whining like, I want my, I don't know what the hell a toy would be back then. I want my stuffed
I want my rock.
I want my rock.
My pet rock.
It is. It's like an alarm.
Stop. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and nobody wants to.
Maybe
rescue
they want her to do that. They want, when a dinosaur comes,
That's
they
it.
have a
Put her
kid
up in the
sit
tree and
outside.
lure him away.
They instructed Tumak to do that. We really hate this fucking kid. His parents are on the tribe councilman. We can't do anything about it. Her parents have a lot of leeway here. But can you put her up in a tree? We got an Allosaurus
Make
coming.
it look like an accident.
Exactly. Yeah. Put her up there. We got a dinosaur
I'm gonna put you
coming.
right here. You'll
all
be
been set.
safe.
Quote unquote save.
What did you do? Oh, we just got a dinosaur. But what if it eats you guys? Oh, dude, shit. Frank, did you think of that part?
Sorry, we got our sticks with rocks.
We got rocks. We're good. We went over. This is why we have the meetings, guys. This is why we have the meetings. Sadly, the girl gets saved.
Yeah.
And I know, sorry, I was...
And the masturbation hut falls over.
It does, and
Turok
there's Gennaro on the toilet.
Turok doesn't have a spear, so he grabs one of the big poles that they use to prop it up. And he ends up impaling the thing. The
Right.
thing jumps and it tries to pole vault.
Dude, it's so drawn. I like just when they die and their chest are moving. It's like very cool.
It is really cool.
Their chest are moving up and down for like
They actually
30
thought of
minutes.
these little details.
Yep.
Yeah, great details. They're just like really just
Again, the effect scenes
trying
are
to
awesome.
hit it home.
Oh, yeah.
In case you can't tell, it's still breathing.
And then afterwards, they bury their dead.
They do.
Which
That's
is
right,
not
yeah.
something that the Rock people do. They
No.
don't really.
just
They
leave
have no
them.
regard for or sanctity of life.
No.
No.
As they
leave-
showed with the old man
Yeah,
at the very
they
beginning.
leave an injured old man who
So,
falls
yeah.
in the hole. They just leave him there.
He's like disgusted. Right? Yeah, he really is. They're like,
He's also, as we all decided, he's very old and he probably shouldn't have been alive to begin with.
that was
So-
Tito's
That was one of the first things
They should all be dead.
Tito noticed. Tito was
Except for a few
Tito
of
was
them.
actual factual bear.
Yeah.
It's true.
Half these
in this
people wouldn't
country,
make it to this.
They would not have these teeth.
They wouldn't have
Just so
lasted
you
this
know,
long.
their hair is too neat.
But Brian made a good point there. There was probably little Herbie, the caveman dentist.
Exactly.
Well, sir, someday I'd like to be a dentist.
A dentist!
Well, we need one up here. I've been studying. It's fascinating. You've no idea. Molars and bicuspids. I don't want to be a caveman.
Only on that side of the island.
Herbie!
That's right.
Herbie
only
the
that-
caveman.
You're late for caveman practice.
Yeah, so he kills the beast, and they're all in awe of him, and
Yep.
it's exactly like Ash in Army of Darkness after he kills the winged creature that comes to it. No, the thing in the pit when he kills the thing in the pit of despair, or whatever the hell.
But it
that
doesn't
is.
last long.
It does not,
No.
because he blows it.
Because-
You're talking
Remember?
about this movie. I was talking about Ash, but
No.
but it is similar in how they look at him all of a sudden.
Because, like I said, now that he's killed the thing because he kills him with a spear 1st. Well, he hits him with a spear. He thinks that spear should be his, and when it gets taken away, he's like a child.
Yeah.
Sneaks back into their cave and tries to hide it under his blanket like a Victoria's Secret catalog. And he gets caught, and a fight ensues, and he loses.
Yeah, there's more wrestling.
They'll
More
never
wrestling.
find it here under my crunchy socks.
Go ahead, Tito. Say
Why
it.
is this goat fur
Say
all
it.
sticky? Why is the hair stuck together?
I'm waiting for Tito to go, well, they didn't have socks back then.
They may have. They were wearing.
Yeah,
fucking-
Uggs.
No, you saw the father. They just smear it on.
They just smear
chest
the
after.
shit right
No,
on
they
there.
definitely. Well, yeah.
After they're
True,
finished.
that's disgusting.
I mean, I do the
That's
same
true.
thing. If there's not a napkin and I spill cheese dip on me, I'm like, fuck it, the shirt's dirty already.
Well, but you have a shirt on.
Well, yeah, I'm not that. I haven't gotten to that point yet.
He did too. He
Given
kind of
that-
had a shirt. He had like a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
napkin on
Little
his
fur, yeah.
The fur thing. He could have wiped it off on instead of his fucking
I
bare
ain't
chest.
getting up to get a napkin. This should smear it right here. It's good enough for me, you schmuck.
So once again, Turok gets exiled.
Oh,
from another-
Turok. Why? I've been calling him.
No,
Tumak.
It is
Tumak.
Tumak.
Tumak. Whatever. I'm calling him Turok because
Yeah.
that's what it makes me think of.
I just
is Turok the
assume I'm
dinosaur
wrong
hunter.
at this point because it's usually that. So.
Well, you're
So
reading
you-
from a blank page. So
Yeah.
that's
No, I'm done. I turned the page.
All those notes you took. It's
Tito,
with
these
invisible
are
reappearing
these are
ink.
brilliant introductions.
It's
Just waiting to come.
reappearing. I'm Marvin
me, your son, mine.
It's the will. Speaking of Bob Hoskins.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah.
So that's right. So the father comes back to life because the brother, the other
Lazarus
brother,
Pit.
he tries to gain dominance and he
Tries to off the dad.
He Mufasa's his father.
Oh, he does. Yes, that's right.
Right?
Yeah, and he fails.
Yep.
Because he sucks.
Yep. He's awful at
He
it.
keeps trying though. He's a real.
And he comes back with a different
tenacious.
color eye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
does.
he's cloudy eye.
Looking like the riddle man from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
That's right.
You said that. Tito said he looks like Drexel from True Romance. And both are correct.
Yeah.
So now there's
So now he has to make a trek back, but she goes with him. Leona,
Right.
Was it Leona?
Loana.
Leona. Leona Helmsley.
Turok and Leona. that's the names I got for them.
Building caveman hotels and then kicking all the undesirables out.
It's like Moana, but with an L.
Loana.
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 All right. So she leaves with him.
Yeah.
She's like, let me go with him.
Yeah. They go on a whole Mickey
And then he gives him the guy gives him
Mallory
the
thing.
spear that he was trying to steal. And he's getting kicked out because. So he got it anyway. And they go off by themselves.
And
Yeah, because Raquel leaves with him.
Yep.
She doesn't want to see him go. At least
And he
not
walks
alone.
a lot further and faster behind her, and
Yeah.
she's stumbling over rocks.
Right. And then there's that dinosaur fight that happens
That's
between
right.
the Triceratops and the Tyrannosaurus Rex, which technically did not exist in the same period.
Or have a horn on
or
his
have a
nose.
horn, yeah.
One was Triassic, the other was Cretaceous.
Well, that's
Late
the thing. It wasn't a
Cretaceous,
T-Rex.
you
Let me
know.
tell you about
It was
a
a T-Rex.
museum
No,
in
it
the
had a
Midwest
horn-
that says
it had a
otherwise.
horn
The
on it.
horny dinosaur? I thought
This
the
had a
horny dinosaur
no.
came later.
This one had a horn on it. It was
Yeah.
the three-horned Triceratops versus the horned.
Yeah, it had a little horn on the.
Yeah,
fuck
Yeah.
all that.
So he wasn't
He was
a
the
T-Rex.
horny T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a, this is
He
a
was
movie
a
for
T-Rex with
creationists.
Who was
Yeah,
dumb
this
as a stump because he kept.
This is a creationist movie.
He was the dumb dinosaur.
For anyone
No,
who
because
believes.
he kept trying to bite the bonnet.
Yeah.
And it's like, duh.
Well, he's,
Oh,
he's
the
biting
bonnet.
the
That's what that's called, the bonnet.
shield
Yeah.
bonnet.
Oh, cool.
I always called it a shield, but it is a bonnet.
I mean, I think he's trying to get to his neck, but that
But he
shit's getting in
can't.
the
'Cause-
way.
Yeah, but he doesn't know any better. The same way that tribe was trying to stab the turtle
He
in the
had
shell.
a brain the size of a walnut.
No. It was even smaller. It was like a Tic Tac or something. Because he was the dumb dinosaur.
But their
Hence the
skulls
horn.
are so big.
Yeah.
Science.
You know what they say about dinosaurs with big feet?
No, what?
Big footprints.
No. Yeah, so there's the dinosaur fight. That goes on for a while because it's impressive, and they made the most of it. A lot of the money went into that scene. The humans don't really do anything. They just watch it for a little while.
Yeah.
Try to
Tumak is
escape.
trapped.
Once it's another one of those settings that was like not really needed because the escape is just the other side of the hole. It's not even a cave. It's like,
Oh, yeah. I thought they were
like
going to go
an indentation
underground.
in
It's
the
like
wall.
a rut.
Right, yeah.
I thought they were going to go on some underground journey
Yeah.
at that point. And that
No,
was
they're
just
in the
not what
backyard of the other
happened.
tribe. Let's see, there's the swing set.
Yeah.
Picket fence. Oh, we're here already? Which way did I go? Oh,
They rebuilt the masturbation
Gary,
shed.
put your sprinkler away. We're in a band. ban. We've got a water ban going on. Put your sprinkler away.
You went that way? Oh, never go that way. You would go straight to that tribe. I took the long road.
Yep. So they go,
GPS.
So they wind up back at
Tribe Blonde.
Yep,
the blonde tribe, the blonde haired, I don't know what they
are.
No, they end up back at Tumac's original
I thought they were back.
The Rock Tribe.
I thought they were back with a.
No, they just left. They just left the Shell people.
Oh, shut up! You guys go right ahead.
No, because the blondes end up coming because
that's what it was. Okay.
The pterodactyl. So we basically get a reversal where the two of them go back to the cave people. And they're all happy to see him because they thought he was dead, and you know his father and he have like a moment of silent
grunting,
like, oh, okay,
yeah.
All right.
Hey, we cool, Dad? We're cool.
I tried to kill you. Your brother tried to kill me. Okay,
it's all in the family.
Yeah. And then Saturday night at
then the girls fight because they fight.
Because that's what they do.
The cat fight. Yeah.
Yep.
She tries to take the tooth.
She shows them mercy, which is not something that they're used to.
Mm.
Everybody in the tribe wants her to crush her with the rock. She says, no. That's not the way of my people.
There is another way.
That's true.
The minute his head is in view, hit it with the rock!
I was not a sportsman.
Follow the knowledge of my white teeth and
she teaches.
large bosoms.
So she starts teaching them how to do the spears and they start swimming, and that's when
she
once
teaches
again
them how to bathe.
Yes, how to bathe and clean, and
that's when they get attacked by
the pterodactyls.
That's the pterodactyl.
And this is why they don't bathe.
Yeah, and they grab her, of all people.
Yep.
And fly away with her, luring Turek and Tarmac.
Steak tartare.
Tarmac.
Bishop Desmond Tutu.
He just looked like Josh Brolin.
He takes.
He really did. Yeah.
He takes his buddy Josh Brolin to find her.
Yeah.
And we see a really cool. That pterodactyl battle was pretty cool.
Love that scene.
Right.
Very impressive. Winged creatures.
And I'm wondering,
flight.
did the mother pterodactyl lose? And that's why the other one ate the baby pterodactyls?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why is she eating her babies? Like,
You became Bane again.
She was eating somebody. Yeah.
I was told I could eat the baby.
She was eating somebody else's babies.
My shopper.
She was trying to feed Raquel to the babies.
Yeah.
And she
got intercepted.
Yep.
And then the
Raquel gets dropped in the ocean.
Hungry pterodactyl was like,
and then
baby's on the menu.
Tarmac.
He thinks she's dead, so he takes off.
Yeah, he sees it. It's like Romeo and Juliet.
Very Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, she's like a few feet away behind a rock.
Yeah.
Breathing heavily.
Heavily and bleeding out. And but she finds her way back to her people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's what.
And and he goes back to his and she tries to get a bunch of them to go back and save him or help him. And that's when the blondes meet the brunettes, and all hell really does break loose.
Yes, when the
Quite
volcano
literally.
explodes.
The Bettys meet the Veronicas, and then the end of the world happens.
Not a single Archie in this movie. That's
No,
sad.
there's plenty of jugheads.
No tribe
Couple
of
of Mr.
gingers.
Weatherbees.
Plenty of jugs. Mr. Weatherbees.
Oh, Mr. Weatherbees.
Stay out of Riverdale. So then the studios say, well, this movie's got to come to an end because while we're giving you the abridged edition, it went on a lot longer.
Yeah.
And so the writers said, well, now what? Well, let's take a cue from Ed Wood and just blow shit up.
Yeah.
It's just a big explosion at the end, which is what happens. The gods must be crazy, right?
Yeah.
They allude to it in the very beginning. The whole beginning
Yeah.
of the movie is just volcanoes blowing up.
Yeah, the opening credits.
It came full circle.
Should have seen it coming.
Liquid
You should have seen
magma.
it coming.
Should have seen it coming.
Magma.
And everything collapses. People fall into holes. People get crushed by rocks. It's
People
meant
jump
to
into
be
holes.
tragic.
There's a lot of jumping into holes.
People backflip into holes. Swan dive right into the hole.
But again, this is what Derek's talking about, that hammy overacting that you can only find in a Hammer film. These folks take it to the extreme with the way they fall and scream and run from all the rocks
All the
and
destruction.
tumbling debris. They go, oh!
The hot chocolate.
And there's a lot of people that I thought died, and then all of a sudden, when it turns into a Western and it's sepia tone.
Yeah.
Like there's
That's really
people that are
weird,
walking, and I'm like,
A lot
I
of
thought
people.
that guy fell off a cliff. I thought I saw him.
Look alive, Debbie. Oh, sorry.
Whoops.
There were like 13 of them. 14 of them died, and then 17 are at the end of the movie. It's very interesting how
It's
they're
like the
playing
Three
with
Geeky
numbers.
Dads. The math never adds up.
Right.
That's right.
It's very interesting stuff.
Well, they breed quickly.
I guess so.
They're like tribbles.
Like rabbits.
Yeah. We lost 14. Wait, hold on. All right, here's 10 more.
Well, we made up for it.
Yep.
And that's how it ends. They walk off
They
into
walk away.
the sunset.
With a Sergio Leone kind
And
of
I'm wondering,
feel to
so
it. Leone.
they all start going down one path, and then there's a few that branch off to walk over the rocks. And
Well, Tumac farted. And
I was wondering what happened.
They
I'm
were like,
like,
shit, he
I'm like,
crop
are they
dusted
already
us.
divided?
Yeah.
Like,
It smells like that sulfur cave over here.
Damn, man. Okay, get beside him. Get beside him. Whew.
no.
Me no want to tell tale out of school, but water always warmer near Tumac. Another reason they don't bathe.
That's why that water's always smoking.
Tumac,
Well, when they're in the
Tumac
cave,
is bleaching his own skin.
well, when the two of them are in the cave, and she goes right to drinking the water, I'm like,
that's
I'm
nice
pretty
to know.
sure,
She's
I'm pretty
drinking
sure
out of the
those,
bidet.
those monster things, yeah, they pissed all over that thing.
It's all that dry ice.
Yeah.
And that shit. And that's the movie.
That's it. Yeah,
That's
credits
it.
roll.
Wow,
and
Derek, good job. You paid much closer attention to this than I did. Thank you.
Mark fell asleep.
No, I
might
didn't.
have li- I think I might have liked this a lot more thinking about
I
it.
think you did.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, I obviously didn't pay much attention to the humans, but those effects are great. I remember the monsters, and it had its moments.
Yeah.
But not one of my favorites.
No.
It's again,
So we
good
went
to-
from
yeah.
Dracula AD 72
Uh-huh.
to 1 million years BC
We went-
with a little stop at 1920s with Satan in the middle.
Yeah.
So it was been quite a hammer journey so
Yeah.
far this year, boys.
We went back
Car
in
chases,
time.
We
stop
went
motion
all the way back in
dinos,
time.
and-
Now, a question,
Spiders.
Brian. This is supposed to be the end of the Hammer series. Is it?
Unless we were talking, do you guys want to tackle the 7 golden vampires?
Are you saying a
Oh, was that the
bonus?
one with the Chinese brothers that
Yes.
each has a
Episode?
different
Yes.
power?
Yeah,
No way. Is it legit based off of that?
it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
it's
do
it's,
it.
Okay.
it's where Hammer teams up with the Shaw brothers.
Oh,
And they do a vampire.
I'm in.
All
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
Tito's in.
definitely.
All right.
Okay.
And they each have a different thing that they can
I
do.
think so. I
Oh,
haven't seen it
shit,
myself,
son.
so we're all gonna.
I haven't
they're
seen
like
it
they're
either.
like the Shazam family.
I own this one, but I haven't seen it.
All
But I
right.
know like one of the one of the alternate titles is Dracula meets the 7 brothers.
Oh, fuck.
So,
Terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, so you heard it here first, folks.
we've got one
Especially
more.
fans of this Hammer series, our gift to you for listening. Here's a bonus episode for next week.
And if you're tired of it, skip it.
Yeah, just wait. Just wait. We'll be getting back into some other stuff too. Relax. We have
I got
to
a
take
good
care of
feeling about
everybody.
this movie.
You
I
do?
love
Look
that
how
story.
excited he is.
I love that
Awesome.
story.
All right.
All right.
the Shaw and the Shaw brothers.
We lured Tito back in.
We did.
Maybe
Yeah.
people will stick around because it's a Shaw Brothers kind of movie. So, all you kung fu people out there,
Everybody was kung fu
knew it.
fighting.
And this is a Hammer. So Hammer.
It is
made
Hammer.
this movie,
Yeah.
yeah.
Christopher Lee does not play Dracula, though. I forget who they get to
just
play
about to
Dracula.
ask.
John Carradine?
No, it's not
No,
Carradine.
that's
but
Billy the
he
Kid
looks
versus
like
Dracula.
Carradine, though. Whoever
Oh.
doesn't play.
he doesn't play Charlie Chan, does he?
No.
Okay,
no.
because he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
he?
no, he played.
He played,
Fu Manchu. Oh, okay.
He
Oh,
played
did
Fu
he as
Manchu.
well?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
okay.
did.
Oh, did he?
Interesting.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
What's this character's name in Kung Fu? Oh, am I thinking David Carradine? Who did you
You're
say?
thinking David.
Oh, you were
Carradine.
thinking
No, I was
David
thinking.
Carradine.
I was
talking
thinking
about John
Christopher
Carradine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Different Carradine.
Different
Yeah.
Carradine.
So it's the John Carradine played Dracula in many of the later Dracula
right.
films.
Ah.
Yeah. Shall we see what's making our geek flag fly?
I think
Wanna
it's a
do
good
it?
idea, my friend.
Yeah, who'd like to go? Who wants to start?
I will.
All right, Tito.
1 million years BC is.
You liar.
I want to give a special shout out to anybody who paid the 65 cents to see this in the movie theaters
Back in
when
1968.
it first came out and was like, this is the most amazing thing you've ever seen. 65 cents. Who's got the money? And the story lived on. I haven't finished it. I think I got like 4 or 5 episodes left, but I finally started watching The Sandman
Oh, okay.
What a freaking awesome show!
Yeah.
It's
It was
good.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I just
love
watched the bonus one that they put out.
I heard. I didn't realize there were.
Yeah,
was
It's
a
like an
bonus.
anthology kind of thing.
yeah.
It's not really,
Yeah, there's like 2 short stories. put
Okay.
together.
Mm-hmm.
I like the show. I like the setup of every. In the middle, there's some standalone episodes with some standalone characters. I liked the Joanna Constantine thing.
Yes.
I thought that was very cool. I
Yeah.
think she plays it very cool.
But it's what's her name?
Oh, it's
we were
Claire.
talking about Clara from
Clara
Doctor
from
Who.
Doctor Who. But yeah, great. I think it's a great show. The effects are really, really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of sold it in a weird way,
Mm.
but not all these actors that you're seeing are in every single episode.
No,
The
no.
story is just really interesting, and it all kind of ties together, but
Yeah.
there's some standalone stuff going on.
And again,
there.
Patton Oswalt is there
And
throwing
Pat
his voice
Oswalt, dude, that guy,
onto
yeah,
something.
He's in
everything.
He's like Kevin Smith in that sense where it's like they're
Oh, you
just
need a nerd?
super fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. They love everything. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't care if it sucks.
We couldn't get Will Wheaton, so
Yeah,
let's go
right,
with
right. Yeah, I don't
They
care
do
if it sucks.
they do a really good job adapting the actual books.
Dude, I not one I was familiar with, not
Yeah.
one I read, but like now I want to get my hands on all
The
of
only
them.
one that I remember reading was Death, the High Cost of Living. That's
that's a
that
standalone,
miniseries.
yeah.
It's like a 4-issue miniseries. I
Yeah.
loved that story.
Yep.
And I think I may have picked up an issue or 2 here and there, but I was so
Yeah.
out of the loop. I had no idea what I was
Well,
reading.
and the original, I don't know if how far you've gotten. Have you seen the diner episode?
Yeah, with the husband and the wife and the cheeseburger. He keeps eating the cheese. Yeah, yes.
Like that book is. I mean, like they did a really good job with the episode, but the book itself is like that's one of the best. Like that issue and the death issue, which is right before it. The day he spends with death.
Oh yeah, with the soccer. Yeah.
Those two.
Okay. That's a great episode. too.
Those two are like the best.
The guy at the bar I thought
first
was
run.
really fantastic.
Yeah.
That episode with the guy that he keeps meeting at the bar, I thought was really really.
Yes,
good.
yes,
I liked
that
how it
was
went in that
awesome, too.
direction. I was like, oh okay, it's not this. There's so much that can be done with this.
Yeah.
Outside of just this season, they can expand into so many things.
Well, yeah, I mean, because there's
I wondered.
8
There's
volumes.
a lot of them.
They
Oh,
went
okay.
on to for more volumes, and this one combined the first volume. Oh, well, actually, preludes. What's it called?
Preludes and Nocturnes.
Preludes and Nocturnes.
I think that's the one that I had.
Yeah, that's like the first 4 or 5 episodes, and then it starts the volume 1. Like it leads into
okay,
more of the
yeah,
story.
it definitely made me want to like.
Yeah, with Destiny.
Read the book,
like the
read
Destiny
the comics
story.
and-
Like and you learn kind of like the ill feelings.
I like that.
Destiny
So
has.
and it watches like a comic book.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
those first 4 episodes, that storyline kind of you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that that
And it
that's
is.
done,
It's
and
pretty
they're
much like
same characters that he's moving
each
on. and
episode
it's-
was
yeah.
like an issue that they did.
It
with-
definitely you view it that way, but
It's
really, really good.
really
you
well
haven't
done.
seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
That's freaking awesome.
I do wanna see
yeah,
it.
I kind of waited a little while, and
Yeah.
I only heard good things, and I was like, I should watch this.
Same
They-
here.
I-
But
I've-
I've never read like you. I've never read Sandman.
Yeah.
Really. So
you haven't?
I didn't know. I have the first, the Prelude and
Preludes and Nocturnes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Yeah.
I've read it yet.
Mm.
You know.
Same with me.
So
Yeah,
no, but
it's good.
it looked interesting. I've heard nothing but awesome things about it, so I will check it
Yeah,
out.
it's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
That's me.
Cool.
Awesome. All right. I saw Samaritan.
Oh yes,
It was good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
I've heard it was good.
Yeah, yeah. This is the movie with Sly Stallone, and he plays a superhero that's kind of in hiding. It reminded me a lot of Unbreakable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where like Bruce Willis's son
knows-
believes he's a
Yeah.
superhero and tries to get him to acknowledge
a
that
hero,
fact. And with this one, it's his neighbor.
Yep.
He's like a total believer that this superhero did not die way back battling his evil brother, and that he's hiding in the apartment next door. And so he sees him doing stuff like lifting big, huge cans of garbage that he shouldn't be able to lift.
Yep.
And just little things that make him believe even more that it's this guy. And it's just very, very good. I'd like to see more of this world.
Yeah.
I really do. I'd like to see them make more of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think if it takes off, I like the idea of. I'm such a huge fan of late '80s, early '90s action, and you just don't see a lot of that. And you're not going to, but getting some of those guys, and he looks relatively normal, based on the trailer that I
Yes,
saw. It looked like
he is.
normal
Yeah.
Stallone, not like Expendables.
No.
Like super dyed mustache.
Yep. No, he looks like a
He
tired
looks
old
like
guy.
himself, but like throw him in these new settings. I wouldn't mind seeing like Arnold Schwarzenegger in something similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
Just like an homage to kind of those that throwback like.
Oh, they can
action
totally turn it
that
into
you
like
just
an
don't-
Expendables-ish kind of thing.
Right,
like-
but you just don't see that
It's
anymore.
based on.
You
It
don't
is
have
based
those
on a book.
guys.
Is it really?
It is a graphic novel. I think Image produces it. And I could
Better
probably
not be Liefeld.
I mean,
No,
that kind of tracks. I guess
No, they
it would
learned,
track
yeah.
for Amazon.
Yeah.
With the amount of image stuff
Yeah.
that they've been putting out.
Yeah, it's
that
true.
it tracks.
But I liked it a lot. I think you guys would dig it too.
Yeah.
Have you guys
Check it out.
seen The Last Stand with Arnold Schwarzenegger? I've talked about this before.
The Last Stand.
I haven't seen
It's
it yet,
really
but you
good.
have
It's one.
mentioned it.
It's like one of the first movies he when he like
Came
after
back
he-
from being the governor.
Exactly.
Yes, I haven't seen it, but I know
Louis
which one you're talking
Guzman's
about
in
now.
it. I always butcher his last name. Peter
Stormare?
Thank you. Is the bad guy.
Yeah,
Johnny
Tito and I were trying to think of him
Knoxville.
last week.
Right.
during the-
So it's exactly what you would like, Tito. It's an old guy being old. It's not
Yeah.
an old
He-
guy
he
trying
plays
to
a
be
sheriff in that
He's
one
a
or something,
sheriff
right?
in a
Yeah.
sleepy town.
Yeah.
And shit happens, and
Yeah.
he's too old to deal with it, but he still has to deal with it.
I still want to see the one that he did right after that, where his daughter is turning into a.
with Abigail Breslin.
yeah.
Yes.
I want
What's
to
the
see
name of that one?
Maggie.
I've never
Maggie,
seen that one.
yeah,
I,
same.
I've got to see that one.
That's one I want to
That's
see,
another
too.
one
That
that
one's
slipped
supposed to
by
be
me.
pretty good.
Cool.
You know, have you ever seen JCVD?
Love that movie.
No.
That's a fantastic.
Yeah.
No, who's in that
Kind
one?
of like
Jean-Claude
a,
Van-
it's like a mockumentary.
Yeah.
Really? I'm all over that.
But it's like old Jean-Claude Van Damme. And
Oh,
he's-
really?
He's playing himself, but
Yeah.
he's like a.
Oh, I get it now. JCV. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
really
gets,
good.
Somebody's sticking up a bank and he gets stuck
Yeah.
in it. It's
Yeah.
so oh my god, such a good
And
movie.
it's like, why are you doing anything?
It's very funny.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
They make him do like the kick the cigarette out of his mouth trick.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
The bank robbers. It's
What-
very funny.
One of the other things that I also watched this week, again, Derek, because of your Voodoo account, I watched Baby Driver, I watched Drive,
haven't seen that.
and I watched Drive Angry. I made my own trilogy.
Oh, Drive Angry. What a weird movie.
I love Drive
so
Angry.
weird.
I watched that one last night, and I was like, "Holy fuck! Why
Yeah.
have I never seen this?"
And that's
What
the
a
reason why I got it.
cast.
It's a good flick.
Oh my god, it's so
I hate
good.
Amber Heard. I hated her back then.
Oh, she was hot in that movie.
She's
though.
hot in it.
Jesus Christ!
But
I didn't even realize that
Nick
was her.
Cage is awesome in that movie.
And William Fichtner.
Yep.
And David Morse is in it.
Yep.
And I just love like all the religious allegories and overtones,
Yeah.
and oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Really,
he's having
really.
sex with a lady and the guys. Are
Oh,
trying
and
to kill him.
he's
It's,
shooting
like,
people while he's like
insane.
fucking this woman.
Yeah, it's insane.
I haven't seen this.
I'm
dude.
surprised because it's like
It's right up your
right
alley.
up your
All
alley.
right.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
I will watch
this
it
is
this
the
week.
You
Nicolas
should
Cage
watch all
that you
three. If you haven't seen the other two, because the other two are good too.
I've only seen the
What, the ones that I
scene-
mentioned?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I love Drive.
And I'd
I've
never
seen
seen Drive
parts of
before
Baby
either. I watched that
Driver.
one
Me
over the
neither.
weekend.
I haven't seen Baby
I've seen.
Driver.
I saw a part of Steve McCausland, I believe, showed me a scene, the one of the heist scene in Baby Driver. Like
Okay.
And that's the who's the
Edgar
the
Wright.
guy-
Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
The one who he has to listen to music while
He
he's
does,
driving.
yeah.
Right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've seen, but I haven't seen the other ones yet.
Yeah.
So that sounds good. Actually.
Yeah.
It's
So
cool.
I made my own little Drive trilogy.
Good for
And
you, man.
and I liked every single one of them. Well, I had seen Baby Driver.
Okay.
So I'm watching Baby Driver, and I'm looking at Derek's thing, and I'm like, well, I've never seen Drive.
Yeah.
So I watched Drive, and I'm like, oh, that was good. And then you had just
what's
recently
this?
added
Drive
Drive
Angry.
Angry. I'm like, oh shit, I might as well like follow this road to the end.
I got it in a mix and match. Yeah.
and then you watch License to Drive. And
oh my God, go back to the Corys. Fuck
Driving
that.
Miss Daisy.
Although that
Driving
had
Miss
that had a
Daisy,
very
yeah.
young that had a very young Heather Graham in it.
cut full circle, yeah.
Yeah.
Mercedes Lane.
Yep. Holy shit, yeah. I think it was the first thing I ever saw her in.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would
License to
agree.
Drive.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that might have been the
I had
first thing
I had
ever
a buddy
saw her
named
into.
I still have a buddy named Daryl, but we don't see each other like we used to. But we always used to quote that movie. The drunk that gets into their car. Keys.
Oh,
So I'll see keys and that goes through my head. I'm like,
and he's like
and he's
singing
over there
the
like mixing
Sinatra
drinks.
driving. Yeah,
he's
he's
mixing drinks and cutting lemons on the
using
dashboard.
table. Yeah. I love that movie.
Keys. Takes their car. Nice.
So I really don't have much, but sixth season of Rick and Morty just started.
Cool.
Episode 1 just dropped.
I had to catch up on
And
that.
What
God, I
season
love
had
that
Pickle
show.
Rick? Because that was the last season I saw.
I think 4.
That was 4? All right, so I still have to see 5.
Yep. And this picks up right from which they don't usually do, but like this picks up right after season 5. Because at the end of season, well, I don't want to.
Yeah, no.
But it has to do with Evil Morty.
Okay.
Evil Morty makes a return. In season 5.
Show me what you've got.
Show me what you've got.
Getting swifty.
What else?
No, that's it.
That's it?
Oh, and my kids started kindergarten, and I'm sorry.
Oh, all right.
Oh, mine did too.
Yeah, same here.
Yours too?
Yeah.
Back to school.
I didn't know you had a kindergartner.
Yeah, I didn't realize your
she's-
kids was that
she's-
young.
Yeah, and a 5-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah, and a 14. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew.
Well, I
Roman
knew.
was,
Yeah, I knew about the 14.
But I didn't know your daughter
She
was
doesn't
that
come.
young.
I don't bring her to movies. She'd ruin them. She would. She would ruin every movie we saw. No, my daughter would get up in the middle of the movie and start dancing in front of the screen.
Really?
In the movie. Yeah, she would be like, "This isn't for me."
I don't know why. I didn't think your daughter was that young.
To me,
Here's a
singing and
dance
dancing is fun to me.
Wow.
Can I ruin this for everyone?
This is more enjoyable.
Yeah, but yeah, same. She started kindergarten. I got a high schooler and a kindergartner now.
Yeah,
Mark and I, we have an eighth grader. Yep.
Yep. So
Together?
far, so good though. We did
Together,
Him and
yes.
I, yeah, we found, life found a way.
Life found a way.
Life finds a way.
Mark, as you know, has toad DNA.
One day, Brian checked
Makes for a great
under
night.
checked under Mark's skirt.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
That's one big pile of shit.
Brian, I hope you wash your hands after that before you get anything.
She's tenacious, isn't she? Or he. All right, so let me close this out quick. I got a couple of them, so
Go
I'll
ahead.
move quick because I saw a lot of cool stuff.
Go ahead.
I watched Boris Karloff, The Man Behind the Monster. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
documentary on Shudder, and I'm a big fan of Boris Karloff and the whole Universal monster movies.
Can I just interrupt?
You can.
You just
interrupt.
reminded me. I just watched another movie called Frankenstein 1970.
How's it going?
I had never seen that one before.
Yeah.
It was made in 1958. I really
saw
thought it was
that
going to be
a
made in
long time
1970, but it wasn't.
Yep.
And I'm like, Jesus, but it wasn't. You know, I'm like, all right. So they were
You were
like trying to make it
expecting
futuristic. I'm like,
bell
wow,
bottoms,
you went a whole 12 years into the future. Huh?
Stephanie Beacham coming back.
Yeah.
Glad to meet him.
Glad to meet you.
Glad to meet you. And then I saw a really cool movie called Who Invited Them. Now this, this
I wanna see
also
that.
dropped on Shudder, and it is very good. Starring Perry Matfield, Timothy. I'm gonna butcher this name. Granaderos, and Melissa Tang and Ryan Hansen.
Nice.
And
Yeah, that looked good.
this is an excellent movie. It's one of those movies that start out with two people acting weird, and then you realize they're more than weird, and the tension and the suspense just kind of builds. And so what it is this young couple buys a new house. They throw a housewarming party, and there are these two people, young attractive couple shows up. That they don't know who invited them, and they say they're the neighbors, and they're a little weird at first, but they grow on you. They're very charming, a little bit overly charming, and as the movie progresses, it takes a dark turn. Very good ending. I really like how this one ended.
And it's called Who Invited Them?
It's called Who Invited Them, dropped on Shudder, and
What year was this one made?
just this
It's
year.
recent?
20, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah, Shudder just dropped a bunch of interesting looking
There's
ones.
some-
Did you
there-
see the preview for Glorious?
I saw Glorious. I
You
wish
watched it?
I watched it.
Oh, really?
I wish I didn't.
No, okay.
wow.
Watch
Okay.
it. Now, I'm not gonna because Jay from Rubber Chicken recommended that one to me, and I talked to him today. I'm like, yeah, that was kind of a strikeout. And I love J.K. Simmons, but
Oh, yeah, he's in it?
He's the
well,
voice
his
of
voice
the-
is in it.
yeah.
This is a very bizarre.
Is it animated?
No,
No.
Oh, okay.
no.
So what does he voice then?
He voices a. I don't want to give too much away.
I know, right?
All right.
He voices.
Okay.
Let me put it this way: a guy makes a stop at a rest stop with a bathroom, and there in the bathroom stall there is a glory hole, and there is a voice coming from the
It's
glory
glorious.
hole.
I got you.
And it's J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but the
Ryan
outcome.
Quanten? Is
It's
that his
very
name?
Yeah, from
bizarre.
True Blood.
From True
Yeah.
Blood.
Oh,
Give
yeah,
it a
yeah,
watch.
He played the
Jason
brother.
Stackhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's hilarious in that.
Maybe
show.
you might like it. I don't know. I had a hard time with this one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just
It's
because of the premise? Or
Not really the premise. Like there were parts of it that were really good, but it was kind of slow. At
Yeah.
times I was like, this could have been
Well, yeah, like the
an
trailer makes it look-
hour-long episode. Or
Yeah, because the
something.
trailer makes it look like it
Yeah.
takes place like totally
sorry.
in the bathroom the whole time.
the whole time.
which
Wow.
is weird.
Which
Yeah.
is great. I love one
Although-
location movies.
It's like
but-
phone booth.
Well, and Rest Stop, the two rest stop movies, they take place in one rest stop bathroom.
Did you see Only Murders in the Building season 2?
I did.
All right. I don't like this guy, and I think I might have brought this up before, but he played the inspector, the detective. What the fuck is that guy's name? Michael Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport.
Rappaport. I can't stand him. I don't know what it is about the guy, but I can't fucking stand him. But he's in it. But he had one of the funniest lines of this fucking season when they're doing their podcast, and he tells them to stop it. He says, because we're getting more anonymous tips than a glory hole at Penn Station. Stop it with your true crime podcast.
That's his one funny moment.
Oh my! It was the funniest line, and I was like pissed that it came from him.
Sun shines on a dog's ass every now and then.
I guess so. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh, that's cool. And I got one more here. Now, I saw this one. This is called 13 Fanboy, and it's directed by Debbie Voorhees.
Are all these on Shudder?
This one's not on Shudder.
Okay, what's this one on?
This one was on Showtime.
Oh, okay.
I had to find this one and record it and everything.
All right.
And it's basically it's a meta kind of movie where there is a killer stalking actors from the Friday the 13th and various slasher movies.
Oh, that's cool.
So you've got Kane Hodder playing himself.
Oh, no shit.
The director of this movie, Debbie Voorhees, was in Friday the 13th Part 5, I believe, and she plays herself in this. You've got Lara Park Lincoln from Part 7, C.J. Graham, who plays Jason Voorhees in Part 6.
Oh, I remember seeing a trailer for this.
Yeah, and Corey
Paramount.
Corey Feldman's.
Oh, it's on Paramount.
C.J. Graham, the one that's going to be at
he's going to be at Monster Expo in October.
I can watch that.
I cannot wait.
Who else is going to be
Oh,
there?
yeah, C.J. Graham, Kane Hodder, Corey Feldman, D. Wallace.
You like how I did that?
I see what you did there. Thank you.
It's got a good cast.
Lara Park Lincoln.
Yeah, D. Wallace.
Anybody from Jason X?
No, I don't think anybody from but they did get Corey Feldman. But here's my one problem with the movie. Corey Feldman's in it, but he doesn't play himself. He plays a character. He plays a sleazy producer, and that always bugged me when people did that in these kind of meta movies because it's like, well, wait a minute. So
you're too good to play yourself and make fun of yourself a little.
That's stupid. But
both those shitty versions of himself.
Yeah,
exist
it's like,
in that
wait
world.
a minute. No one's going to notice this character looks exactly like Corey Feldman because clearly
also in
Corey Feldman exists in this universe and was in 2 Friday the 13th movies. No one's going to put that together. Yeah. So I thought that was dumb. The thing is really cheesy.
Cavemen with white teeth.
Yeah.
You know?
This was really cheesy,
Fabulous smiles.
but like fan film made. But if you're a Friday the 13th fan or a slasher fan of the franchise, it's
her
fun.
real last name's Voorhees.
It's really Voorhees.
Was she was Voorhees named after her?
No, it was not.
Was it someone that?
No, she just happened to have that name.
It's one of those lucky happenstances, Derek.
I think she probably changed it before.
Maybe.
She's like, I know how I'll get this.
I've seen that name pop up on other things though. She's directed other stuff, or she's been in other stuff.
I'm sure she has, but
I know I've seen that name.
It's corny.
It's a name that sticks out.
Yeah, it's a corny thing. It's more of it's a fan film, really.
Okay.
You know, the production value is nothing big. It's just a bunch of people having a good time, kind of making this fan film.
Cool,
but it's fun. Yeah.
That In Search of Tomorrow. That sci-fi documentary we started watching. What is that streaming on?
It's not.
Oh, it's not.
Right now, you can only get it on by buying the Blu-ray.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you bought the... Oh,
I did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I bought the Blu-ray. It just came in like 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
And Jay from Rubber Chicken got his copy in like a couple of weeks before my copy came in and let Mark borrow it. So I saw part of it at Mark's house. Cool. And I said, mine's on the way, but I'll definitely watch it again. So I watched some of it with Mark, and I finished it over here.
Those documentaries are the best.
Yeah. They are.
Yeah, they do a really good job with that.
And Into Darkness Part 3 is supposed to be coming out soon, too.
And the cool thing is that they don't they don't really... Like when they show all the movie posters, like when they go in and talk
or
about
the video boxes.
Yeah, like they don't talk about all the ones that are up there.
No.
But like it makes you want to go check all of them out.
Yeah.
It's expand your...
Or they'll head toward one poster and you're like, I want to talk about that. Oh, no,
they're going right to the left
Are
of
we
it.
going to talk about that? Well, come back.
We're talking about
another
documentary. So that's the thing. It might show up in Part 3, all the ones that you wanted to see before.
What was the one with...
focus on.
With...
Oh, you think the one with Barry Bostwick? Barry Bostwick?
Oh, God.
Megaforce 5?
Yeah, Megaforce.
Megaforce.
Yes.
I don't know why 5 was
Fox
in there.
Force.
No, they only made one.
Fox Force 5.
Yeah. They only made one, thank God. Deeds, not words.
That's right.
That was the tagline.
That was going to be the name of the second one.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Yes, because he did talk about that.
I need to see that. That's a sci-fi Hudson Hawk right
Oh, my
there.
God. I remember
that's
seeing that on
hilarious.
HBO when I was a kid.
Sci-fi
Holy
Hawk.
shit.
That's hilarious.
All right,
Terrible
guys.
movie.
Nice.
Awesome picks. Great movie tonight. Always fun. Hey, if you like this Hammer episode and you're like, wow, I really love Hammer films, and it sounds like the dads have seen a lot of them throughout the 4 years or close to 5 years we've been doing this, almost 5.
We're coming up this November. We'll be starting our 5th year.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Yeah.
You can go back and check out our past Hammer horror film series. And Brian, how can they do that?
They can go to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.
The number 3.
gdpodcast.com, and there you will find all of our past episodes, as Mark said. You'll also find one-click buttons where you can subscribe to us through the podcast platform of your choice. You can rate and review the show. There's also our email is there, so you can drop us a line, and links to our social media presences as well. We are found on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our videos can also be seen on YouTube.
Awesome.
And the Ko-fi.
That's right. Thank you, Derek. We have a Ko-fi page, so if you would like to subscribe, please consider doing so because it helps keep the show going. So thank you very much, as always, for listening.
Awesome. Thank you very much for 3 Geeky Dads. This is Mark.
This is D-Rock.
This is B. Ryan.
That's it. I'm just Tito.
Fade
Fade to black. Fade
T-Talk.
to black on this fucking episode. Make the dials go down. Make the sound go up.
So again, good night. Thank you for listening, and keep watching the skies because the pterodactyls are coming. Bye.
That was my pterodactyl. It was terrible.
What was
That was terrible dactyl.
Terrible dactyl.
Terrible dactyl.
Terrible dactyl.
What,
Tito, how about you Tyrannodont?
I liked the pterodactyl. That was good.
No, my impression.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
You thought
I'm
it was
paying
a
you a
solid
compliment.
pterodactyl?
Yeah, I was like, he does a good pterodactyl. Then you pointed it out, and I was like, maybe it's not that great after all.
So yeah, like Mark said, we are looking at 1 million years BC this week, and in honor of this movie full of stop motion action, courtesy of Ray Bradbury, we want to take a look at some of our not Ray Bradbury. Fuck. All right. What the fuck is his name? Ray Harryhausen. Ray Harryhausen. Shit. See, I told you I'd fuck it up because I didn't write anything down.
Yeah, but look how funny that was.
Yeah, but no. So, let's start over.
I was second guessing myself too. I'm like,
no.
That's not right, is it? Fuck. Not the Star Trek guy. Fuck.
Do you want me to try to do a sports metaphor again?
Oh, could we?
Feel
Yeah.
Stupid? All right, we'll do that. That's Brian's cue. He's ready to go.
I'm clearing room.
You got the joke?
Go ahead.
Not clearing.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? You want me to do,
Do the
that?
polar bear
That's
one.
Such a silly, stupid thing. No,
That's
I'll do
all right.
Eskimo. I'll
Are we doing a call and response like we usually do?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How do you want
How are
to
we gonna do it?
Oh no, man. You got the joke, so give me the
No,
setup.
Selling off a popsicle stick. For the
Yeah,
love
they
of
don't
God.
know that. The ring is bupkis. I got it off a Cracker Jack box.
All right, I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm waiting on a transfer from my cousin in Alaska.
Okay.
And then you can say, "Oh, what's taking so long?" And I'll say, "He's got all his money in a snowbank."
Perfect. All right, we'll do this one.
Okay.
This is
You
us.
guys are flying.
We got this.
Just the two of you?
You guys get a vacation.
Perfect.
All right,
week,
Tito.
take the week off, Tito.
Take the week off.
Thank God.
I was gonna sit here.
You guys have next
Tito's
week.
like after that movie.
Next week.
And I had to deal with a dad joke too.
That was my wedding song.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We're both real big fans of that song. And,
I love that
Stand
song.
By Me. Although later on in life, I was like, oh, you know, we should have picked a different song.
What was the song you should have picked?
It would have been D'Angelo and Lauryn Hill. Nothing Really Matters, off of The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Because we used to listen to that song all the time. Next time I get married.
Mine was Can't Touch This.
I believe it.
Sarah's pick.
Yeah.
She
2
wore the
kids
pants
later.
and everything. Yeah. I wore her down like Urkel.
Yeah.
I'm wearing her down.
Kathy said she should have picked "Can't Find a Better Man" by Pearl Jam.
Oh, that's. First of all, that's a terrible fucking song.
It is a terrible
Anyway,
fucking song.
That's a
but
terrible.
It was funny when she said it.
Oh. Can't find a better man. Better man.